It's a new week. I hope you are ready to crush it. It's gonna be awesome this week. You got a really great chance to make a difference in the workplace. And I'm gonna tell you, if your work is struggling, I'm gonna give you the reason why today. Welcome to Chasing Greatness, the podcast where we help you win at work, win at home, and win at life. And today we're talking about work. It's a good day to talk about it. Hopefully, as you're beginning a new week, if you're listening here on a Monday. But you could be listening any day, and I'm telling you, what I want to talk about today is so important. I'm talking about culture. I was on the phone just earlier today with a leader. He's a big-time leader. He's got some stuff going on that's pretty cool, and yet he's struggling. He said our company right now has a culture issue, and it's affecting everything else. And he said we're literally trying to change our culture, to start over, to redo our culture. And if that's what you're doing, if that's what you're up against, this guy, it's a heavy lift to try to do that. Now, if your workplace is not what it needs to be, this culture thing is a big deal. So let me take you back about, I don't know how long it's been now. It's been about 30 years ago. And I was I was a ninth grade biology teacher, believe it or not. And most people that know me are thinking, like, what in the world? Bless those kids' hearts. They probably didn't make it to college. Actually, they did. They made it. But here's the truth. I was not the greatest teacher in the world. The person who hired me was desperate. I knew it when she was, this principal of the school who hired me. It was the day before the Christmas break. She's I had called that day just to check on, I was looking for a coaching job at the following fall. I was looking for a football coaching job. Call this lady up. I'd met her the previous summer. She said, call me later on. And I did. I'm following up. And so I call her. I say, hey, I'm looking for, a coaching job next fall. Just wanted to put a bug in your ear. And it's the Friday before Christmas break. And she said, do you teach? And I said, no, I don't teach. I was, 23-year-old graduate student. I didn't teach at all. I had subbed a little bit when I was home for Christmas back at my high school where I grew up. But, that was not, you couldn't call me a teacher at that point. And she said, do you teach? I said, no, I'm sorry. She says, do you teach biology? And I'm thinking, what did you not understand about do you teach? The answer is no. And so I'm like, what are you talking about? She says, and I said, no, I don't teach biology. I told you I don't teach. And she says, have you taken biology? And I'm like, what is going on here? And I said, yeah, actually I have had some biology. I had a couple of high-level biology classes when I was in college. And she said, I want you to come and meet with me this afternoon. I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on? So I go there. And she slides this book across the table. I mean, I walk in the office. I'd met her again the previous summer. Didn't really know her very well, though. Not well enough for her to give me a job, but it's 30 years ago. So, this is crazy. She slides the biology book across the table, and she says, if you'll take this job, you can start on Monday after the Christmas break teaching ninth grade biology. And it turned out that her teacher, who had been actually a college professor, had come and was teaching there in this high school. She had called her that day, and this lady was now almost, I think she was 75, 80 years old. And she just said, I'm not coming back after the break. I'm sorry, but I'm gone. And so this principal is obviously desperate, gives me this job. And I literally would read a chapter the night before I taught it to the students. So I'm one day ahead that first spring, but it worked. They moved from the elderly teacher to the young teacher, and I connected with these ninth graders. It was fantastic for me. It was fantastic for them. She paid me well. I was really happy, and it started me on this path of teaching biology for about 5 years at that school for a year and a half, and then I moved on to another school for about 3 years and was able to do that. And if you've had biology, I mean, you probably have. If you've graduated from high school, you had some biology somewhere along the way. You'll remember that there was this time called lab. You had class and then you had lab, and that's where you kind of get to go experiment on stuff. Chemistry students really loved it because they could burn stuff and blow stuff up, and that was fun for them. But in biology, you're cutting frogs open and cats and all that kind of stuff. And I think about culture and I connect it back to that biology class, because if you remember, you back in your, you had the think petri dish, right? And you had these. What is a petri dish, or what is a culture in biology? It is an environment where organisms and bacteria can grow. You create this environment where it can grow. And as you think about workplace culture today, you need to understand that a great culture is an environment where stuff can grow. It's where people can grow and where business can grow. And if your business is struggling today at a cultural level, my friend I talked to, he's trying to remake this culture. Really what you want to do is you want to create an environment where people can grow and where business can grow, where people and profits, however you want to say it, you got to have an environment where stuff can grow. And so I want to give you two things today. I want to talk about the people side of growth, and I want to talk about the business side of growth. I think there's two things that are underutilized in the work environment. If you want to win at work, which you wouldn't be listening at this point if you didn't, I think these will be very helpful to you. So let's think about, how do you help people grow? And I think the key there is skills. As simple as that sounds, it's like, what are you doing to grow your skills? And not just you, but all the people on your team, all the people around you. What are you doing to grow the skills of the people in that environment? I've been around a lot of great cultures before, and I've been around some cultures that were not so great. And the biggest differentiator in the ones that were really great and not so great, this is not a blanket statement. This is not the only thing that's needed. But one of the things was there was this growth mindset in the healthy cultures, and there was this we can't do it fixed mindset in the cultures that weren't growing. There was we already know what we're doing. We're satisfied. There was just this level of complacency and mediocrity that was tolerated, and oftentimes not even there was not even an awareness about it. It was just, you look at that and you're going, these people aren't growing. And when people aren't growing, business doesn't grow. Victories don't grow if you're a sports team. Whatever it is you're doing, if you don't have growing people, you're not going to grow stuff. So I want to challenge you right now. Where is it that you need to level up your skills in this next year? If you're listening right now, there's got to be a spot where you say, I want to get better. And if you're not intentionally thinking that way, you'll just have a job. You won't really have a calling, an opportunity really to just feel on your heart. Like, I'm trying to do something here to be great. Let's go back to what we're doing. We're chasing greatness. We're trying to help other people be great. And if we're going to do that, we've got to have skills that are going to help us get to where we want to go. So skills, very important when you think about creating an environment where people can grow. Let's think about skills. What are the skills you need? What are the skills that everybody on the team needs? And if you really want to take your business to the next level, have every person on the team, every person in the company identify one place where they want to get better. And if you'll do that, all of a sudden, a lot of stuff will start getting better. So healthy cultures have people who are committed to growing their skills, their character as well. We talk about that sometimes, but let's just think about skills today. What do you need to do to get better this week in some specific area, this month, this quarter, this year? I mean, are you just going to just kind of coast along? No, you're not. You're chasing greatness. You're going to try to level up your skills this year. So let's pick a skill. Let's try to get better, and let's encourage all the people around us to do that. That'll be one of the things we can do to help that environment of growth take place. And then the second one is, how do we grow our business? And I think this is often underutilized. It's the idea of focus. We don't focus on growing the business. We focus on the profits. We focus on the goal. But when we say that, we set a goal. We don't really focus on the action and the discipline to review that and to have benchmarks along the way and to review action items at our meetings and to come back and say, what progress are we making? I think when we don't really have the focus we need, our results suffer. They never are what they need to be if we're not focused on what it is we're trying to do. I think so many times we hope something will change. We hope our culture will be healthy. But one of the things we can do to have a healthy culture is just say, we're going after something and we're going to narrow down the focus. We're going to put our blinders on and really go toward a target together. And if we have growing people who are focused on a goal together, they share that goal. They're really trying to, with a just a level of synergy that's uncommon. They're locked in together. It is amazing what can happen and what can be accomplished. We see it happen in sports. We see it happen sometimes in education. We see it happen in communities. We see it happen in businesses. When people get locked in together and they really are growing people, they grow stuff. And so there's a lot more to culture. We're actually working on some content for culture for 2023 to help support some stuff that we're trying to do. It's going to be really cool. But one of the aspects of culture I think that is not really talked about is this idea of you got to have an environment where stuff can grow, where people can grow and where business can grow. And if you have that, you're well on your way to improving your culture. So as you try to win at work this week, don't lose sight. It's your job to put on the biology teacher's hat, go get the Petri dish mindset going this week. Create an environment where your people can grow and where your business can grow. You do that through leveling up your skills and by focusing on what you're trying to do together. If you'll do that, you'll be well on your way to making a better culture. I'm convinced of that. I've seen it happen over and over. It can happen for you. Be sure to share with somebody who needs to hear this today. If you want to encourage somebody to win at work, this will be a good episode that you can push on to them. Keep subscribing, downloading, helping us. And if you have questions, anything you'd love to see us cover on an episode here, love to help with anything that you got going on. So reach out, hit the comment button, keep sharing. We'll keep growing this thing together. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you in a couple of days. We're going to do a Win at Home Wednesday. I hope you're not just winning at work, but you're really trying to win at home as well. We say all the time, if you win at work and you lose at home, you still lose. So we're going to be back with you on Wednesday and help you win there. But let's win at work this week. Let's go get it. Let's make the culture better. Grow your people, grow your business. You'll be well on your way.